My fiancé called our relationship suffocating to his ex, so I finally let him breathe. I've always dated guys who couldn't handle my OCD, so when Ryan approached me at my friend's engagement party, carefully aligning his napkin with the table edge while telling me about his color-coded filing system and scheduled spontaneity, I actually felt my heart skip. Finally, someone who'd understand why I check locked 7 times, who wouldn't judge my alphabetized everything, who could maybe even wait the extra 40 minutes while I ensure my outfit is absolutely symmetrical before our date. Spoiler alert, that precision was purely performative. The first year was mostly perfect. He'd help me organize, wait patiently during my routines, hold my hand through the bad days. Sure, sometimes he'd say things like, "You don't really need to check the stove 7 times," or maybe therapy would help, but I figured he was right since I couldn't expect someone to accept all my quirks without trying to improve myself. When we moved in together, he even let me arrange his bookshelf by height and color, though his smile seemed tired. Year 2, the patience cracked. He'd deliberately leave things asymmetrical and watch me fix them with this unreadable expression. You know that's not normal, right? Like, psychologically? The way he said it felt clinical, not concerned. He started timing my lock-checking routine out loud. 4, 5, 6, and inviting people over with 2 hours notice, knowing I needed days to prepare. I'd be panic cleaning while he told his friends she's in one of her moods. By year 3, he'd weaponized it by rearranging my spice rack as a joke and mixing my color-coordinated closet because life isn't a rainbow. When I had a panic attack about the wedding seating chart needing to be perfectly symmetrical, he rolled his eyes. God, you're exhausting sometimes. He'd tell vendors I was particular with air quotes and skip appointments because you've got it handled anyway. Then he started mentioning his ex. Melissa never stressed about stupid details. That's when his best man casually dropped, "Yeah, they text all the time. She gets him, you know?" I told myself it was nothing, but that nagging doubt wouldn't leave. Then 2 weeks before our wedding, I was addressing invitations, ensuring each stamp was perfectly aligned, and that's when his phone buzzed on the counter. Melissa's name. I couldn't help myself. The password was still his birthday. The idiot never was good with details. I found months of texts hidden in some messaging app I'd never heard of. The conversation from last week made my stomach drop. She'd asked how the wedding planning was going, and he'd told her I was kind of intense. When she asked if I ever relaxed, his response destroyed me. "Lol, no. It's suffocating. That's why I need you." I sat on the bathroom floor surrounded by 200 half-addressed invitations, that word echoing in my head. Suffocating? He needed her because I was suffocating him? Fine. Let me show him what gasping for air really looks like. Next morning, I woke him with coffee and my best fake smile. I've been thinking, I'm getting too intense about the wedding. I need to step back from my mental health. His coffee mug paused midair. Wait, what? I explained I was done with all the planning and he could handle everything from here. Promised I wouldn't bother him with a single question. His face lit up with relief. Then I spent the week secretly transferring vendor contracts to his email and changing the contact numbers. Told both mothers Ryan wanted to take charge and to direct all questions to him. Made sure everyone knew. He felt left out. Isn't it sweet he wants to help? His ego wouldn't let him admit he was drowning now. The caterer called during his work meeting about the final head count and he guessed wrong by 47 people. The florist needed centerpiece confirmation and he said, the purple ones? And they were supposed to be white roses. Within days, his phone was ringing nonstop with the DJ needing the do not play list, the photographer wanting the family shot list, and the baker calling about the cake tasting he'd missed. I watched him scramble every evening with papers scattered everywhere, and when he'd start to ask, "Can you just help me with," I'd smile sweetly and say, "Wouldn't want to suffocate you," while filing my nails. By day 10, he was creating useless spreadsheets in full panic mode. The night before the wedding, I found him passed out at 4 a.m. on the couch, phone in hand with an unfinished message to Melissa. "This is insane. I can't do this anymore. Maybe we should call off the..." Perfect. I'd beat him to it. The day of the wedding, I glided down the aisle looking pristine while Ryan stood at the altar drowning in his own disaster. His tux was soaked with sweat. Everything around him was wrong, and pure panic filled his eyes. When the officiant asked for vows, I pulled out a single note card with trembling hands that weren't from nerves. I looked Ryan dead in his panicked eyes and spoke clearly so everyone could hear. "Ryan, you told Melissa I was suffocating you, so today, I'm setting you free to breathe." The silence was deafening. I dropped the mic, letting it thud against the altar, and walked back down that aisle like it was my personal runway while cameras clicked frantically and guests gasped. The reception bill came to $73,000, every penny in his name. 6 months later, heard he's still gasping for air under those payments. Guess he finally learned what suffocating really means.